Okay, you guys, so we're going to catch up with my Canadian bacon. Let's see what lies she's telling us today. Let's see what lies she's telling herself today. Most importantly, telling herself because most of us can read through her bullshit. So I got this from uh hold up. Okay, I got this from BBQ Chillin. So I'll link the video in the description. So I went blank there for a second. Anyways, here we go.
hmm Finally. Sorry guys. I had to YouTube is so annoying. I went to do some settings and then we have to verify it's you and that gave me a whole bunch of trouble.
So with that little segment there, she's saying that YouTube wanted her to verify that it was her. I saw on Twitter that people were saying that she might get her channel demonetized because since she is live streaming in Syria, um, YouTube does not pay anybody that is streaming or uploading in Syria. So that could be a cause for YouTube to demonetize her channel. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but yeah. So that was the chat that was going on Twitters.
Living the good life, see you later. But I had cheese today. Oh yeah, so our neighbors made us they brought us some food. They made do you know bulgur? It's like hey dog pause. It was kind of like a fried rice, but like Arab style, I guess, with bulgur, which is very nutritious.
Okay, so this is the other thing that I saw people theorizing, and actually it makes a lot of sense to me that what is going on is that Salah is staying with family friends or relatives, and with Chantal wanting to go to Syria so quickly, you know how she is, he didn't have time to find them a place in time. So he probably talked to the people that he's currently living with for her to stay there. And how they're paying this family is by Chantal, pretty much buying the food, and they're charging them rent. And of course, Chantal, we know she's not going to be asking many questions. And that Salah probably jacked up the price of the rent, so the people get paid, and he gets to pocket some of the money. But that theory makes sense that yes, people can be friendly. People are very friendly. Who is going to be willing to be paying to be feeling this behemoth every single day and every single time you see her? Yeah, no, I don't buy it, especially when there's food insecurity. You know what I mean? In Syria, there's a severe food insecurity and food scarcity. And no, I don't buy it. This makes sense that they are living with a family, and all the groceries that she buys, it gets split amongst everybody that's in the house. That makes so so much sense. So much sense because she's not always shoving her food in her mouth when she's live streaming. She keeps the snacks in the basement, which makes sense why that freaking kitchen was so dusty. Everything down there was so dusty. Why it stinks down there? Because that's like a bomb bunker in case of emergencies. A bomb bunker, everybody can go down there, but nobody actually lives down there. She uses that to live stream. So I'm saying this to say it makes sense that they are living with Salah's friends or family members. That's what I was trying to get at. That theory makes a lot of sense.
Good. Yep, I like it. I like being with my family and around nice people and not stalkers. So yeah, so they brought us dinner. So it was like bulgur with like chickpeas and spices and
I mean, bitch, you are in Syria. Who do you have in Syria that is your family? You guys, the level of delusions with this one is uncanny. I mean, why are we even surprised? Homegirl stalked a man across the world. Okay, this is a new low. She literally stalked a dude across the globe. Make that shit make sense.
chicken, and then they brought us mahalabia, which is like a pudding type of thing. It's really delicious. Anyways, I've talked about it before. So then after dinner, we washed the plates and filled them with fresh fruits and nuts and some other sweets that we had here, and we gave it to them. Because Along went and bought some fruits today.
You guys, I am telling you, there's so many tells right there that I was missing them. Since when does this one buy? Well, she doesn't let them right. Buy a lot of fruits and we never see them. We never see them. We never see her eat them. They are grocery shopping for everybody in the house. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. This makes so much sense. Why would they be buying all this crap that she does not eat? Let's be for real. Why would she spend all that money buying all this stuff, especially most of the stuff that she does not like, she does not eat? They would not, unless there's other people in the house that will be eating that, and salad is trying to keep the peace amongst everybody. So that makes a lot of sense.
The neighbors well off. I don't really know their full financial situation, but even if people don't have much, they share. They like to share, you know. So, and yes, we share a lot as well. Excuse me. We have a new fridge. So we have a new fridge, but because of the electric, we don't want to risk it draining the battery. So we're only going to use it during the day, like in the early morning. I'm going to turn it on, put a bunch of water bottles in the freezer, and then we have to turn the fridge off at maybe 6 p.m. And yeah, just put the bottles in the fridge, and they should be okay overnight. I'm gonna.
Newsflash: the refrigerator died. The refrigerator died.
Try to clean that Arab toilet, like the squat style toilet. I don't know. There's like I don't know. I don't use it, so it's not me. But there's an odor that was coming from it. Remember yesterday? I didn't show you guys the Western bathroom, but whatever. So I think I'll pour some bleach and some like perfume and some soap.
Yes, girl. Go ahead and make yourself some mustard. What is that called? Mustard gas. Go right ahead and blow up some random person's house that you don't even know. Why not, Chantal? Why not? Go right ahead, honey.
Just like everything that's good scented I can find. Did you have to adjust to the water? Just like the availability of water, mostly. So that's okay. He's just resting. He's very tired. We had a busy day today, just doing errands and things like that, life stuff.
Life stuff. What other life stuff? Because I really don't believe that Poop Boy takes it with her everywhere that he goes, to be quite honest. To be quite honest, I do not think, unless if he has to, unless it was like need to basis that he needs her with him, he is not dragging her with her everywhere that he goes. Yeah, I don't buy that.
I don't even know the name of the city I'm in. Honestly, I'm not even saying that because it's like a name I can't remember. It's like a different name. I know the name. It's good for you to know where you are. True. I know he tells me. I don't want to ask him again. He's going to be mad. Like, what are you? Like, you don't remember?
Can you believe this one? Can you believe this one? God forbid something happens and she needs to notify her family where she's at. She doesn't fucking know what the hell she's at. She has absolutely no freaking idea where she's at. Like I'm telling you, you guys, if there needs to be a rescue operation, she better be nice to the Kiwi farmers because they're the only ones that can be able to help her wherever she's at. They'll be the only one that'll be able to pinpoint exactly where she's at. She better start kissing her ass. I'm telling you guys.
We plan to start the day a certain way. It goes left always. So I don't know, and I can't find my toothbrush. I gotta find that today. I lost it yesterday.
Bitch, you never had the fucking toothbrush. Knock it off. Why? Did somebody tell you that your breath stinks? Listen, this bitch never knew where her toothbrush was since the day she left for Kuwait, okay? That was over 3 years ago. Even before then, homegirl never knew where toothbrush was at because she never used it. She never bought one. What is she talking about? She lost her toothbrush. Remember, you guys, it's like when she was in Kuwait and she was washing her face and somebody was like, why don't you just, she was using spit to wash her face. Yeah, very hygienic. Somebody was like, why don't you just use a washcloth to wash your face? What are you doing? She was like, well, I don't know where my washcloth is at. And right in the net, let her business know, like, God damn, you're nasty. When was the last time you actually showered? You know? Yeah.
Yesterday morning, I was like, so hurry up, we're going. I'm like, I can't leave without brushing my teeth. Ugh. For me,
Bitch, we can tell those teeth haven't seen a toothbrush since the last 10 years. Who are you kidding? You can leave without brushing your teeth? Homegirl, you even opted to using tablets for your teeth instead of brushing your teeth, which I think her gums are probably overly sensitive at this point with her to brush her teeth. But her gums will probably bleed because she doesn't wash her teeth in such a long time. But she opted for the tablets. I never even knew that they have tablets to use for your teeth instead of brushing them. Never heard of that such a thing until she said it.
it's like you cannot survive being super morbidly obese here. So I've been struggling because honestly, it's really hard. It's really hard, and just the heat alone, like if you're like really big, and just movement. So, but I was like surprised that just in a little bit of time, I'm able to move more. You know. Anyways, I hope it continues like that.
Honestly, I don't see how it will continue, how it continues getting better because your movement of the day is you going from the basement to the upstairs when you're not filming so you could sleep. Like, yeah, what movement are we talking about?
Now, I have a video coming out. We went to KFG. We went into Damascus yesterday, so I have a vlog on that. But yeah, I gotta do more. Honestly, honestly, because I haven't eaten any. I decided to try. We tried their fried food. Wait, I almost got sick in the restaurant because like I'm not used to eating greasy food. Like I haven't eaten greasy food in a little while.
Oh my God. Chantal, you haven't eaten fast food in like a week that we know of. That we know of on camera because you know bitch should be lying all the time. So you gotta question everything she says. Honey, you were in hog heaven when you were eating that fried chicken. Who are we kidding? And you know she will say anything just to say anything. You know, it makes no sense. She'll just lie for the sake of lying. If that makes any sense.
Kentucky Fried Guns. But anyway, I have a full review coming up, so I'm glowing. It's sweaty. Whew. I have to do laundry in the sink, but the sink is. Oh, I gotta bleach the heck out of it first. Then I have to wash by hand all the clothes. I have a washing machine, but it's not working right. So we've just opted. It's easier to just number one, the fridge went and died. So
Yep, so there we go. That's the refrigerator that the landlord gave to her is dead already.
to get like a brand new Maytag, it's just not gonna happen here. So which I don't, I understand. Okay, we're in like a village in Syria. I'm fine with the cooler, so I'll just get some ice. They have slushies when I'm really hot. Just gets me a slushie, and it's made with like, but it's not like a fake slushie with like, you know how like slush puppy they have like color stuff. Like hey plain cheese, it's like made with real fruit, like chunks of strawberries, but it's like icy. Hey Stephanie, 6 loads of laundry. I almost feel like hiring someone to do it, but I don't. I don't know.
Listen, if she's gonna hire somebody to do her laundry, anybody that does her laundry, one piece of clothing is equal to 10 pieces of clothing. Make sure that you charge her appropriately because one piece of her clothing is equivalent to 10 people's pieces of clothing. I want to make sure that these people are not getting ripped off by her. Ew, and can you imagine having to wash her underwear? Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. I'm getting a flashback of El Debbie holding her underwear and she was smaller then. Imagine what size she is now and how big that underwear is going to be. Oh my God.
Anyway, I'm just gonna wash it by hand. I'm gonna fill up the sink with water. So we get some ice. We fill the cooler. That's when we have cold water. Otherwise, and I'm gonna out Salah because he's been complaining more than me. Yeah, he was laying on the couch last night hot and like I want cold water.
Yep. This story is bullshit. She's lying. She is absolutely lying. Ah, Chantal, stop making it so easy for us to tell when you're lying.
I go, well, we have to drink warm for now. We need a Canadian bees. Can't go there right now. You know how it works. Immigration. How far is the drive? Maybe an hour and a half, I think. I don't know exactly. My foot is skinny today. Do you want to see? Okay, but don't laugh. There's crumbs on the ground from Julia eating her things. Hold on. I know the. Whoa. Didn't mean to show my leg. Sorry.
Girl, please. We've been knowing how what those drumsticks look like. And girl, please, you want us to believe. Oh yeah, I'll forget. I'll forget we're still cosplaying as a Muslim. My bad. I forget. Like girl, we have seen way too many parts of you that we actually wanted to see. We have seen more than we care to admit to see. Like please. God damn. Did you see her ankles? She doesn't have any ankles. She has a cankle. Damn, Chantal. Damn.
See, my foot is not swollen right now. Told you, skinny ankles.
Uh-huh. She thinks those are skinny ankles. Okay, whatever. Uh, she thinks that's not her foot. Her foot is not swollen right there. She thinks her foot is not swollen right there. Oh my lord.
She doesn't finish her treats right away on the ground, so there's crumbs I gotta sweep. Purple is not a skin tone. That's my skin color always been like that. Like a very, very pale, purpley, almost see-through.
Uh-huh. Okay, tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself, honey. Keep on coping. Whatever you need to tell yourself to cope, go right ahead with yourself. You go right ahead with yourself.
My foot looks fake. No, we're not in Dada. No, because there's no, we looked in different areas, but he needed to find a furnished apartment like ASAP, you know? But, we're very far from Aleppo. I know that, and I want to go to Aleppo. It does look better, thank you. Deep fake feet. Why not bring Salah to Canada? Well, I'm hoping that, inshallah, next time I go, I can. But it's a process, Rebecca.
Okay, she is so full of shit, you guys. Now, I don't think she's pretending that she can bring him to Canada for him. It's more for you morons in the chat. Okay? It's more for you morons in the chat. She is very full aware that Salah would never make it to the West. She's fully aware of this. And I'm pretty sure Salah is fully aware of this. Except for now, he is just purely using her for the cash. Before it was for the cash in the hopes of getting him to the West. He has given up on that idea. Hopefully somebody talk some sense into him. Hopefully somebody showed him proof that it's going to be impossible for him to make it to the West, and he gave up on that idea. He's just using her for the money. But with her, she fully is aware of this. She's just lying to you, Jesus. That's all I was trying to say. I'm rambling on. Anyways, continuing.
That's all. Why not go to Thailand? Thank you. I don't like the idea of having to travel, honestly. Salah too. Salah would, I think, harder for him to go to Thailand. When he was at his Kuwait residency, it was easier. But we could go to Malaysia, but like, I don't know. I don't want to travel again with the cat. We'd have to apply for her to be imported. I mean, we can do it if we get desperate, but like, wants to get into his house.
Okay, this is the reason why they did not go to Malaysia to begin with and just meet up in Malaysia. Is because he is fully aware that him as a Syrian passport holder in Syria, it's going to be near impossible for him to get out of Syria and go to places like Malaysia where they actually do accept Syrian passports. See, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to do that in Syria. As for if we're trying to go to Malaysia, let's say from Kuwait, that would have been a lot easier from him because he's already in Kuwait. He's not coming directly from Syria. Oh, does that make any sense to you guys? If it doesn't, ask questions in the description below.
He wants to move and get into his house and I guess just live a simple life until we can do something else. So I don't think it's any secret that people know that I'm here for 15 days right now. But I think we're finding out, we have to take a taxi at some point. Yesterday when we went into Damascus, we tried to, oh my gosh.
Finish the damn sentence, Chantal. What she means is that they're going to have to take a taxi. She's going to have to take a taxi again to hop the border, okay, to Lebanon, and then wait a couple days, and then cross the border right back into Syria. I don't know how long she thinks she's going to keep on playing the same game that she played in Kuwait. That's pretty much her game plan at this point. The way I'm looking at it, that seems to be her game plan. So I don't know how long she'll be able to keep on doing this in Syria and still expect to be able to just hop on a plane and get right back into Canada. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
The immigration office in Damascus. There's one main one, and there's like a couple. So we went to the wrong one. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. There's someone fat, out of shape, and who's always hot. That building was hell on earth. There were about hundreds of people just crammed on the outside of the building. So to even get into the building, he had to hold my arm, pull me through the crowd, people shoving you. Then you go in the building, and it's hotter in the building than it was outside. It's packed solid. Like, you think the DMV's bad, okay? Then we had to go up stairs, like 3 flights of stairs. There's no elevator. We had to go up 3 flights of stairs, and the stairs are constantly busy, and they're narrow. So you're having to, like, push your way up. Anyway, I was so, like, by the time
My God, you guys. Those poor people. Can you imagine? You are dealing with your own immigration because I'm pretty sure the place is so busy because a lot of countries are expelling a lot of the Syrian refugees in order to make him return back to Syria, which is messed up, but hey, it is what it is. So they have to re-register back with their government. So of course it's gonna be busy. So you're dealing with that, and then you have this behemoth coming up the stairs. Oh, oh, can you imagine it? Those poor people.
I got to the top, I thought I was gonna faint. I was so hot. I was sweating buckets, and then they're like, "Oh no, it's the wrong place." Yeah, receipt. That's why I said to Salon that there was a little kid selling, and kids, it's not child labor, but they help their families working very young. So they were selling water with ice, and I was like, I want ice water. But Salah got me a really cold, slushy, cold water. Basically, thanks, Teardrop. There's nothing easy, really, here. You know, this young kid just started squeegeeing our window, and I just felt so bad. I'm like, give him some money. So Salah gave him some money. It's only for 15 days, yeah. I know. I'm trying to see what I can do, like to be his wife, like what if I'm allowed to stay longer.
Chantal, you are such a fucking moron. You're an absolute moron. If you were actually married to this dude, honey bun, you would not have to be border hopping like the way you plan on, hap- you know, hopping the border. Because if you say you have to show your marriage certificate and blah 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 and blah blah blah, you would not have to be doing all of this running around that you're doing right now. You are dumb as a brick, and you think we're the ones who are stupid. It's amazing. It's fascinating for me to watch.
No credit cards, and you have to have, like, if you look at like the warnings about coming to Syria through Syria Guides websites, or from the Canadian website, go to the Canadian website, look at the warnings. They tell you to bring the exact amount of cash with you because you can't get cash. So I don't know. Where will you go if you need to leave? I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but I'll go somewhere. Maybe Turkey. I don't know. Are you aware your court marriage isn't recognized in Syria? No, I wasn't aware of that, since it is. It is recognized. We showed the marriage certificate for me to even come into Syria. So yes, it is recognized.
She is so full of shit because that's not even a prerequisite that's required for you to prove when you go to Syria. Like, she makes no sense. She is such a fucking liar.
I think I know, probably more than you. Yeah, I had to show the marriage certificate.
Because she is stupid, BBQ Chillin. She is stupid. Look at the comment that BBQ Chillin put on the screen. She is full of shit. She's running out of lies, and her lies are becoming careless and extra stupid. That's what's going on.
Hey, Bitchy, like Salah sent all of the information to this taxi service, and we took care of it. They had to show the marriage certificate, and then they had to like call Salah and like verify that I was his wife and stuff like that. They had to verify something. Maybe they were checking with Kuwait. I don't know.
You see, she has no fucking idea what she's talking about. Absolutely no idea what she's talking about. And guys, have you ever heard of a taxi service dabbling as immigration office? Chantal, if this person is helping you out with immigration, how come this person is not helping you out with your registration with the government? Make this shit make sense. But somehow he's able to verify your marriage certificate. Get the fuck out of here.
They do have Wi-Fi, Remac. Yeah, KFG had Wi-Fi and AC, and it's super cheap. I'm like, let's just come here every day, just to smoke shisha and have coffee. Like, this house will be ready, inshallah. Couple weeks. You can come as a tourist, yeah. I don't know how it really works right now, like, with getting, like, before I came here, I was told I need to get a visa and everything like that at the airport. They were like, you don't have a visa for Syria, though? Because they're like, you're going to Beirut, but, like, what's your final, like, why are you, I'm like, I'm going to Syria. And the lady there, she's like, oh, I'm Syrian, at the Montreal airport. And she's like, but you don't have a visa to go to Syria? And I was like, no. I'm like, I'm just
Interesting. So the lady that checked you in at the airport was Syrian. Interesting. Interesting. Tell us more, Chantal. Tell us more.
I'm going to see my husband. So, and then she's like, oh, because normally if you want to go to Syria, you need like a special visa, but I don't know. Things are all up in the air because of like there's just an interim government right now. Hey, Maxine. So like whenever the government was under the Assad regime, whatever, I forget, whatever, Assad, I think. There were a lot of things were restricted, like YouTube, PayPal, stuff like that. But now that the regime has fallen, there's just an interim government still working everything out. So, I don't know.
So basically, you told the lady that you're coming to Syria, and she's the government employee, wouldn't she have to report her situation to the government or put a flag on her? You know what I mean? You're going to Syria. Syria is one of those places that kind of like raises eyebrows if you're saying you're going to. You know what I mean? And then, Chantal, you chose to go the route that you went, which is basically trying to get yourself smuggled into Syria, is because normally they don't stamp your passport. They stamp a piece of paper. Like I watched the video again that they normally hand you a piece of paper. They stamp that instead of stamping your passport. You actually handed them your passport to be stamped, which is why you've been asking your visas a couple of times you live stream if it's gonna look suspicious that you have a Syrian stamp in your passport. So now you're rethinking everything. So interesting.
Well, yeah, of course I have a visa from the country. I think. I don't know. They did something with my passport. Like they stamp your passport and that's it.
I think that she actually think by you having a passport stamped means that you have a visa. Is she actually this stupid? Yes, we know she's stupid, but is she actually this stupid for real? For real? Jesus fucking Christ, Chantal.
So, my passport, I need to. What happens if you run out of pages? Do you have to get a new passport?
And never mind. The answer is yes, she is that effing stupid. Never mind. Never mind. She is that stupid.
We grew up in Kuwait, and um, you know that's the thing about Kuwait. It's you don't ever. Um, I'm not an anti-Rosie, no. You never get permanent residency or citizenship there, even if you marry a Kuwaiti. You're
Well, honey, like the thing for you is that you were never married to either. Good for you. You don't have to worry about that because you were never married to a Kuwaiti and you were never married to a permanent resident. What a delightful thing, Chantal. You don't have to worry about the struggles. You don't have to worry about how your path to citizenship or your path to permanent residency. Good thing for you. You don't ever have to worry about it.
SOL, you know. Hey, Superboy. And now apparently there's a law that to leave the country you need permission from your employer. So, I had to leave the only home he has known.
She's full of shit. That's a lie. Lie detector determined. That's a lie. So basically, what's going on here is that for Salah, in order, let's say, to go to countries that don't just outright accept Syrian passports, okay, he, in order, when he was in Kuwait, in order to be able to be allowed to enter other countries, he would have to be sponsored by a job. That's what she's referring to. But it's Chantal, you know. Just, whatever. Continuing.
He's not too sad about it, honestly. There was just some issues. I won't get into it, but
Yeah, he had to flee Kuwait for debauchery. That's why he had to flee Kuwait. And I'm blaming 90% of this shit why he had to flee on you. And then, yes, I know he was greedy and all of that. He could have walked away from her 10,000 times. There's so many chances to be like, you know what, don't come back here. Or he could have just disappeared on her and changed his number. And it would have been the end of the story. But he got greedy. He's in this position because of his own doing. But, yeah, I like blaming her more. Yeah, he had to run because of debauchery charges. Anyways, continuing.
honestly, I don't really miss Kuwait. The only reason I was there is for Salah. That's it.
Wait a minute. What happened? You guys, after Kuwait was a home and Canada can go inside it and Kuwait was a home, what happened to that? What happened to that, Chantal?
Kuwait is awful the way they treat immigrants. Now that I'm not there, if I'm being honest, I had like, yeah, Kuwait is better if you have money, right? But if you're an expat, um, coming to do certain work, I don't know. I don't know. Some people are happy there, like expats. Some are not. I saw a video of one expat from Nigeria. He was like, "Don't go there because, hi, baby. Just the living, like the way the conditions, like a lot of people are crammed into one room and they don't make very much money. But that's like that in a lot of countries in the world, you know. And
Chantal, you were never an expat of Kuwait. What the fuck are you talking about? And Poop Boy was never an expat of Kuwait. What the fuck are you talking about? He was a resident. And now he's no longer going to be a resident because of you, because of debauchery, because of you. And now he could never return to to Kuwait. Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm not saying it's all bad, but for me to pretend like there's no bad at all about Kuwait is just bullshit. Quite frankly, sorry for my language, but even Canada has good and bad. Every country does. So, you know.
Oh, she's only saying this now because she's trying to sell her visas into Syria on the whole Syria situation. That's the only reason why she's saying all this. This woman is so wishy-washy. How does that happen? I wish I could be like her.
But I didn't feel free to. It's illegal to talk bad about the country. Like, illegal. Like, you don't have any freedom of speech whatsoever there.
And she thinks being in Syria, she's gonna have even more freedom of speech over there. Is she for real? Does she actually think being in Syria is gonna give her even more bigger chance at freedom of speech? God, she's a moron. But yep, you guys, that's it. I think we're caught up in the Foodie Beauty verse. Sorry, I took a day off yesterday, so yeah, I needed it. But I think we're caught up on the Foodie Beauty verse, and I will link that video from BBQ Chillin for editing those two live streams together. That made it a lot more easier to get caught up. But anyways, you guys, do me a favor and do all the YouTube things, and I will catch you in the next video. Later. Bye bye.